Welcome back to Minecraft, people. I was going to say happy weekend, but it's not the weekend. I'm on holiday, so I'm streaming midweek. Changed the roof a little bit because it looked a bit weird. I think these roofs only really work if the building's pretty big, so it looks a little bit, looks okay from the front, a little bit chunky and weird. The proportions aren't quite. It looks good if it's taller, so from the back it looks better. But yeah, I think actually these need to be quite big in order for the roofs not to look odd and weird. Sorry if I'm a little bit sibilant today. I was at the dentist, so I'm a little bit numb still. Yeah, so changing some things up on the island. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take you over and see and show you something. Actually, no, first I want to do a boat thing, and then we'll talk about the differences or the changes to the Taiga Island. I kind of remember a million years ago that boat. Someone told me that if you fall off a tall area with a boat, you don't die. So I kind of want to try that. The problem is I have massive mob spawning problems up here, which is linked to another problem I'm going to talk to you about in a bit. Let me see my finger. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. We've not got any mobs up here. We could probably do that. I don't want a creeper because that's going to be basically a problem, and I did have a few creepers. I don't think we've got any up here. Right, cool. So that if you fall off a tall space with a boat under you, you don't die. And they also told me if you land on a bed, you don't die. So let's try that as well. But I'm going to need to quick scan for creepers. I'm going to have to move into... Watch me accidentally land on water now as well. Swap over to survival. Please be true, please be true, please be true. This will solve so many problems. Oh my god, it's true! Wow. Okay, I'm just digging the sand. Okay, I'm going to need to get out. How do I get out of it again? It's been so long since I played. Oh, right. Yeah, let's fill that in quickly with sand. Put a bed down. Put another one here just in case I miss. And how about here and here and here as well? Right, let's try that again. Huh? Oh, I'm just bouncing. That is so much fun. God, I forgot how high these are. Please let me hit the bed. Bum, 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 bum. My God, I can't even see them. Should I just drop from here? Oh no, what if I've... Oh gosh, I've moved. Okay, yeah. Please hit the bed, please hit the bed, please hit the bed. Where's the bed? Oh wow, I bounced but I died. I forgot where I last slept. Oh phew, that's relief. Oh yeah, I've got... Oh, no. Oh, I thought I was inside, but yeah. I did set keep inventory to true because I'm a big cheater. Okay, so the beds don't work, but the boat does. That's handy. For survival, if you need to get down quickly, I suppose. Where do they put those? Oh, there we go. Yeah. The beds don't work. Oh wow! God, you bounce high. That is so much fun. Right. Yeah. So, take a village changes. I'm going to take you over to what is now become Respawn Island. So I was on here yesterday thinking a bit. We're going to do the server. I found a place I like, MC Hosting. Not an ad. Hashtag not an ad. Anyway, I'm just still doing a little bit of research before I get the cheapest version of the server that they do. So I thought we'll have a spawn point. It's going to be a creative server. Hello, hello Valve Z BTW. By the way, yeah. So oh yeah, excuse me. So I built this place, and this is going to be our portal room to everybody's builds. So at the minute we've just got placeholders for like the command blocks. There's the command blocks ready and waiting for anybody. So we're going to have these blue ones here at the minute. They're going to be to areas, kind of like portals to different parts of the nether, maybe to an end portal or an ocean monument, something like that. Something that everyone can enjoy. And then these are going to be personal ones. So I've done a quick example of one. So here's mine, Basic Boost Animal Sanctuary. I've forgotten how to use a button. Yeah, it's not that one. It's right click. There we go. So here's my Animal Sanctuary. And this is the problem. Let me just store these bones somewhere. This is my house in the Animal Sanctuary, which I've never used, which is why it's empty. Where's the way out? There we go. So I've got, I think, about 12 villages. 12 villages over 3 houses here. And I have too many golems. So instead of having 8 villages on the Taiga Island, which is tiny, we're going to have... Are they making love? No, it's just red flowers. Right, there were loads of golems. I can't see any. There were like 20 golems here. Where are they? There's one. What's going on? Oh yeah, there we go. It's kind of spreading out. Taiga Island's too small. It's too small for us to have 20 golems. So I'm going to reduce the number of villages there from 8 to... Where's my... There we go. From 8 to 4. So we've got 3 beds already. I did 1. Actually, we'll do 5. We'll see. 8 to 5 is much better. I don't know what's going to happen. Storage room. There we go. Back to respawn point. Let's wait for everything to load in. And let's head over. Take us a million years. Yeah, so we're not going to do a long hostelry. We're going to do a workshop with a little bed annex. So we've got 3 here. Might actually be worth destroying this one though. Yeah, I think, yeah. Can we put here instead? I suppose a sofa. Let's do some stairs. That looks kind of cushiony, so there's a dark green. We'll see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks cute. Does it go? Should we try that? That looks a bit better, I think. I can get it right. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So we'll just have 4 villages here. So we've got... Oh my god, my mouth. There we go. So yeah, we have 100 job blocks, but we're only going to have 4 villages. So we've got little Fletchers here. I'm just going to sleep in his bed. And then we'll do 1 workshop. Toads, hi, how are you? How are you? How you been? Good. Minecrafting much? Right, so we need a workshop. Let's do it in stone and gravel. Excuse me while I pinch my nose. Don't need that, don't need that. start with that. The streams haven't been on because I fell in some... And then you what? You gave up? Was anything too hard after that? What did you lose? Oh my god, did you lose loads of diamonds or anything or something? Lots of diamonds. Was it survival? Oh, that's painful. Right, we'll do the 4 and a 6. So we're gonna have... Oh, should we probably use stone wall, I think? Or brick wall. And we're gonna do a lava pit. Should probably do a lava pit. 2.5 hours. Oh, that is painful. Kind of... For a minute I thought I was still in survival. I'm like, what's going on? But I can't be. Need to make sure there's enough space so I don't get trapped. Oh, Toads, did you see the respawn place? I'm going to show you quickly. It's not because I can't work out how to make that shack. So this is going to be the respawn island when we're on the server. Ooh. Yeah. There we go. So this is where we're going to spawn. And I've got kind of like the Hall of Known Beings for people so they can put teleporters into their places. So we've just got some placeholders at the middle. I did one as an example. So there's mine. And then these are going to be portals to, or teleporters to portals, like in like Bastion Remnant, stuff like that. Yeah, I spent about 4 hours on this yesterday. But it was mostly the roof because, well, you know me, I'm no good with roofs. So yeah, kind of another kind of Viking-y style thing. Don't go too fast and give everyone seasickness. So this is where we'll spawn, and then people can go off and do their own thing. So, yep. I found a site I like as well. I just need to get everything set up, but I need to do a little bit more research first. I don't really want to set it off and then it not work for weeks, so I want to make sure that it's going to work first time for us. And I've also decided not to have +1s because the server's going to run for a long time and we'll probably get more members. I think we'll just do followers who've been around for a while, and then new people as and when. So yeah. But anyway, back to the shack. So we'll have a workplace. Oh, cool. Well, people are going to be allowed to build whatever they like. I'm kind of liking this style because it's going to be Taiga and snowy. But there's, I mean, there's two other big islands that people can use. I'd kind of like this to be like a librarian, university, enchanter kind of place, this one here. So I might earmark that for somebody who's interested in that, but whatever style they want. And then this one down here is free for anybody. Anyone can use this and do whatever they like with it. Make it bigger and stuff. And then of course people can build their own. We can go up, we've got another 100 blocks up, you can go down, you can go up, you can go down. Or if you're not interested in islands at all, you can just find a place in the world and start building and just link your teleport here. So people can come and visit and stare at your stuff. So I think the only rule is going to be no griefing and no touching what somebody else has already built without their written permission. So we'll set up a Discord channel, a channel in the Discord where people write written permission to do stuff. Although I don't know if I can prevent people deleting stuff afterwards. I don't think any of us are like that, but you never know, you know. What I don't want is like two friends deciding to build together and then falling out and there being drama. I hate drama. No drama. Yeah, so one last shack. Let's do a lava and a toolsmith. Although, should we do an armor is probably better, to be honest. Yeah. And a little bedroom. Right, where's my finger? There we go. Let's use some stone as mandesite as well, I think. I will make the airship. Oh, lovely! Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't mind. Anyone can build whatever style they like. I don't mind at all. It doesn't have to be, you know, my style at all. It doesn't have to be a theme. It's going to be a free-for-all. It's going to be a real mashup, I think. But then if people don't like that, they can always choose a bit further away in the world and just do their own thing. So, yeah. But I'm definitely not going to be policing what people build. It can be as ugly as they like. It can be as modern as they like, whatever they want to do, you know. Yeah, it looks better, looks better. I'm kind of addicted to these chiseled blocks. I need to be careful that I don't do too many. Just do more there. So I'm thinking it'll probably go live next week. That's kind of what I'm intending anyway, barring any massive problems. Before if the world is in survival. Oh, I see. Yeah, from the one what I've been looking at, I can give people creative. I can give them creative, or they can, if they want to stay survival, I can keep them survival. So I think I was going to make everybody creative at first, but I think what I'll do is I'll do a normal danger world, and then people can choose whether they want to be creative or survival. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Should we do a 2? Yeah, let's do a 2 lava pit. Oh, definitely. I'm not really interested in survival unless somebody's got a campaign they want to do. So I'm just going to be, I'll be creative all the time probably. Unless someone says, you know what, let's go and do this. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, we can do that. But for the most part, I'm just going to be building. Oh, I forgot to use that. Mm. Gosh, it takes up so much space. Should we do it at the edge? Yeah, let's do it at the edge. Hmm. Let's just match these up. Yep. Well, it's going to be a server, so it should be running pretty much all the time. I think they promised 99% up, so yep. Mm. Yeah, I hope it works well. It's kind of like I have so many dreams, but then if it doesn't work, it's like, oh no. But I mean, it's a very it's a well reviewed site, so I think we should be okay. I don't think we need to worry. Am I going to get a weird kind of I am look? Let's move this out. Mm, yeah. I need a bigger hotbar. Mm, slab. I was like, what the hell is that? It's snow. I forgot I made snow. They won't walk into it, will they? What if I do that? Yeah, good, 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 good. Good. We have so many mobs here. Let's just map this out first. Yeah. Oh gosh. Discord. Oh. I'm going to give her kisses because she really hates that. There we go. Oh, wrong thing. Learn your controls, basic. Come on. What can I get rid of? Have we got any more duplicates? I think we're good. Right. Yeah. Stairs? Brick stairs? Ooh. Yeah. Need a big arbor. Oh my god. I can't do it, can I? Hmm. Can I do that? Yeah, let's not. It has to match. Ah, it's the wrong one. For frick's sake. Oh, hi. I hadn't noticed you'd gone. Welcome back. Did you manage to remine your diamonds? I should probably have had breakfast before I started to stream. I'm feeling a little bit hungry now. No, I'm doing a plan. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you very much. But no, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna do this. Should we do another post there? Or there? See what it looks like. Still have a mossy. Oh, there it is. Yeah. This edge, though, this edge. Yeah, it's not tall enough really to have that. Might just plant something there. Because yeah, what's not going to set on fire? Oh, we could have like a stack of materials. Yeah, we could have iron blocks and stuff. Oh, cool. Mm. Oh god, we have so many mobs. Whew. You literally can't see anything. Is there even a point to that? Right. Oh gosh. Okay, what just happened? What was creepy? You got a heart attack warning in Minecraft. Oh my god. Do you have heart problems? Am I allowed to ask? Feel free, obviously, to not tell me if you don't want to. I'm going to take that right to the edge. And what does that look like even? Oh, how did you get a heart attack warning? Was this like a smartwatch or something? In which case, maybe take it with a pinch of salt. Pinch of salt? Yeah, oh yeah. Okay. That's a lot less serious. That looked better. Yeah, that looks better. Leave slabs at the corners. Does that look good? Not really. It doesn't usually work like that. The organ most affected by not eating is actually is usually the brain. So, yeah, you shouldn't get heart. You wouldn't get any heart warnings from not eating. You'd be tired and not be able to concentrate well, but everything else should be fine. Oh, now we've mucked it up somehow. I think it might be a bit too busy actually. Hmm. Yeah, maybe get your watch checked out. Let's plant this up so you can't see all the mistakes. And let's have 2 different colours of glass. Do a dark green. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. We can always find it again. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, frick. Ah, so that's what it seems to do with all of them. It's really annoying. I'm putting the plan Discord. Oh, cool. I'll have a look in a bit. Hmm. give him a yellow bed, maybe? Green bed. Yellow, green, yellow, green. Is he gonna get stuck getting in and out of bed? I don't think so. It's a little bit brutalist, I think, maybe. Even red dribbly candles. Pink, yellow, go yellow. Oh, can I stick a bookcase behind him? Should be dirt on the other side, shouldn't it? Yay! There we go. Coffee, hi! You finished your gardening? How's your back? Although you're young, so you probably don't have problems with your back. Oh my god, really? Oops. We'll do a big boy here. What? What do you mean? Because you've been sat down for so long just watching sharks? Oh, I would like one of the poofy Christmas tree ones. Oh, that's big. That's better, actually. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. No. So how have you got a bad back from Shark Week? Oh, is it too close? Is it in the shadow? It's towards coffee. It's been 1,005 years, I think. Yay. Right. Oh, I don't know I say yay, but actually that's kind of... Yeah, that looks nice. I like it. Very good. My lady... Oh my god. Oh, okay. Please don't overshare. I mean, yes, it's entirely natural and every woman goes through it. But yeah. Let's not... Just wait till you have a couple of kids, apparently. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Well, let's maybe not have so much around. A big fire. No, 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 no. I want a comfortable stream. I don't want people getting yucked out. And as natural as it is, it's yucky. It's yucky, you know? I also don't want to think about it because I'm going to have my breakfast soon. Big boy. I don't know. I never get half your references until you explain them to me, but they are always very clever. But we have also established this several times. Is that a bit slapdash? Indeed, I would agree. Oh, are you punning with the sea thing? That is also clever. Snow. Yay. Oh my god! Oh no. No, no, no. Well, actually, carry on. I don't mind puns. That's fine. Hmm. Depends. Do you want to play on our server? Oh, let me show you the respawn point. I've made us a place to spawn. I have also done research, and I think we'll probably be good to go next week, which I think is when you're starting college. Sorry about that. But look, I made us a respawn place. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So this is going to be where everyone spawns. Oh, Thursday. Oh. Well, this will be a nice way for you to, hopefully if it works, for you to de-stress after your hard day at college. So this is kind of where everyone's going to spawn, and then you've got your own little teleporters to wherever you're going to start building. So these are just placeholders. Make your own banner. I did one just as an example. And then these ones here we're going to have to specific places like portals to a different part of the nether and to the end. Maybe like an ancient monument or a mansion for people who want to go fighting pillagers. Though why you'd want to do that, I don't know. Yep, you're going to have your own little thing. So you do your signpost, maybe with your name on it, or just a picture if you want. A banner for you, and then the teleporter to your place. You know, if you build far away, you don't have to use them. It's just there if you want to. But this is going to be our spawn island. This is where everyone's going to spawn. Right, okay, get down. Look at my pretty Viking house. Oh, an owl? Oh yes, you could do an owl. Oh, a little baby husk. Oh, they're so cute. So, yep. I mean, I suppose you won't really need a teleporter if you're going to build an island here. But it might be handy to get back to the main one quickly, perhaps. Although you can, of course, just fly. So. Oh, I need to put the job sites here. We'll finish the trees and then we'll do that. Yes, indeed. No, the ones I've built on already, no one can build on those because I've already done them. There's this one here, but I want it earmarked for like a library, university, enchanting kind of thing, a little bit dark. Can be any style though, it doesn't have to be like medieval or something. But I would like loads of librarians and enchanters here. Clerics, rather. So this is the only one I've earmarked for something specific. This one can be whatever anybody wants. Whatever style you want to do, you can build here. Or you can build your own island. You've got another 150 blocks up. You've got all of the space. Or you could just go and explore the map, explore the world, find a place you like and start building there. So the only restriction is going to be no griefing and no building where somebody else is already building. I'm going to let people choose coordinate blocks and then we'll have them in the Discord so everyone knows what's taken and what's not. Yeah, I thought I'll just be really specific with people so no one can claim ignorance later. I don't think anyone would. I think we're all pretty nice. As in honourable rather than nice, because obviously you're not nice, you're badass, but before you get your knickers in a twist, I'm not saying you're lovely. I'm just saying you're an honourable person. Get your wooden sword, you'll do anything. This might be too much snow. Oh no, not at all. You're the best troll I know. Yeah, let's go see if we've put too much snow. What does that look like? Yeah, we need to get rid of some of this grass. Good, 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 good. I think we're about ready. Fix the vegetation. Oh, blocks, the blocks. So, armorer and a blast furnace. Can I do this without lavering the place? I can, yay! Phew, what a relief. Oh no. There we go. Oh, fabulous. Oh, cool. I'm looking forward to your Hobbit house if you're going to do that again. But of course, anything is fine. Is he going to keep jumping down onto... No. Yeah. Yeah? Yep. Oh, that'll be interesting. I don't understand why we have so many mobs. To make the buildings in there. Ooh. Well, try whatever you like. Right. Let's put some more stuff down for the foxes. Did he have a... No. I don't think people's builds are better than other people's. I think it's just... Oh, is there an arrow symbol? That might be able to. Yeah. They're just different. And some people focus more on the interiors or the idea, which I think is also fine. But yeah, you're right. People are going to compare. There's nothing we can do to stop that. Oh no, that just looks silly. Oh, we kind of need that there, don't we? Oh, I see. Oh, of course. Yeah. I remember you telling me a statement, something. Danish. Kind of like basically we're better than everyone else kind of thing. Was that right? Yeah, let's not bother about that. Yes. Yeah. Oh, thingies. Sweetberry bushes. For the foxes. Oh my god, I see you want. I thought you were going to say you wasn't. Oh, by all means. Right. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, I wanted to be a little bit more bone meal. I know, I don't understand it either. I mean, I know we're still over the desert and you do get a lot of mobs in the desert, but it's insane. I'm a little bit worried about how many golems we're going to end up with. So, I'm not going to have 8 villages here, I'm just going to have 4. Although I think as soon as you've got 3, it doesn't make a difference. Right, let's have a wander around to see if we've missed anything. Down to the cherry blossom biome. I think we'll have a couple more of these actually. Yeah. Oh, good. Well, that's what they're there for. I'm looking forward to seeing what other people do as well. Yeah. So I know we share pictures on Discord, but it's just not the same, is it? Just being able to see it. Oh, coffee. I thought I could have like wild boars, so I tried to spawn hoglins, and they turned into zombie hoglins. Did you know they did that? And the worst thing was I accidentally spawned a baby hoglin. It was so sad. It just stood there shivering for about 30 seconds and then it went into a zombie. Oh, it was such a shame. I'd love great big hairy boars. Oh. But no. It would be mean to put a sweetberry bush there, wouldn't it? Yeah. I know, it's such a shame. Right, pathway. Kind of forgot about pathway. Although maybe not there. I'll show you. It's really easy. It's just a command block underneath, and you just type in the coordinates that it sends you to, and if you put @player, it'll send whichever player presses the button to the place. It's really easy. I might put a little how-to guide. I might just upload my command thing, where I've recorded all the commands that I found out about, and then people can do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, and you don't have to have a teleporter if you don't want one. Yeah, I want lots, and they don't cause that much lag because they're only active when you press the button. So unlike the ones that are doing my magic islands, actually they take quite a lot. So I might have to dial back how much I do on the server, because I don't want to cause lag for everyone. But I think Laurie uses a lot of command blocks as well. So although he works mostly in Bedrock, so they don't always translate. But if we can't Google it, I'm sure there'll be someone who can help us with stuff. Right, I think that's the surface. I think that's a decoration done. Yeah. We could teleport it back to it. Yeah, choose. Sure. Yeah. I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh gosh. How many have I got? 3. Right. Well, it's going to be boring stuff now, people. I'm going to do the bottom of the island, then I'm going to barrier it, and then we're going to spawn some Taiga villages and snowy villages. Thank you. I do like getting praised for stuff. Am I going to make what thick, like sheep? The islands. No, I'm going to keep them pretty flat underneath. Yeah. So, my magic stuff, look. Yeah, right. I think we're good. I think we're good. Right. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be really cool. I'd like a place where we can get teleporters to nether portals that are like in every type of the nether, like the bastions, bastion remnants, soul sand valleys, wasteland, basalt deltas, and of course the forests. So that would be kind of cool. Nether fortress, yes, yes. I've never really explored the nether outside of creative, so I don't really know much about it. Right. Oh, cool. Of course you have. I'm a big wimp though, so. Right. Ah. Oh my god, they're already here destroying stuff. Go away. Oh, they definitely do downstairs. Yeah, we have got so many Endermen. It's ridiculous. They've completely transfigured the desert underneath wherever the shadows are. Do you think that would also affect the islands above as well then? I never considered that. Yeah, definitely. Well, it's a possibility, isn't it? Because there are a lot of mobs. I'll go and have a quick sleep, and then I'll show you. Oh, I need to bone meal around there as well. That's it. Yeah, it's very strange. Oh, inside something. There we go. But on this island, they don't spawn. I think maybe I need to light it up better. But the shadows, where the shadows are. Let's get to the sand. Look what they've done. At one point, I think I counted 13 Endermen. And they were just here. But wherever there's... Oh, yes. Wherever the shadows of the islands are, they've completely changed it. But then this is also good for people who want to go mob hunting. Because it's always dark down here. But it doesn't look weird. Oh, stuff. The thing is, I know I could like just make my own, but I really want to keep this stuff. It'd be interesting that, yeah. I mean, this isn't designed for the game, so you never know what might happen. The AI can be a bit screwy like that. Like rabbits with trapdoors and stuff. Basically, they just gravitate to them and just run against them. Alright, yeah, under the island. Hmm. YK on? You know on? Hmm? Oh, right. Yeah? My lava! Well, it's the worlds are pretty big, so there's no reason you can only do one thing. I tend to write them down and then I just do a new island when I've finished one, or a new project. Once I've finished one, I just then move on to the to my other ideas. So yeah, as long as you're not in a rush, I think it's okay. I do have to be disciplined, like not to start a new project when I've already got one going. I wait, otherwise I'd never finish anything. I'd just be constantly doing new stuff. Mm. But I think there's a lot of joy in finishing something as well and seeing it completed. So because they never really turn out the way you think they will as well, which is also fascinating. Yeah. That ocean monument was so big. I didn't think I'd be able to find stuff to fill it. But in the end, it turned out okay. I had no idea what I was going to do with that place. I made that after I did the mangrove build. So Swamp Town was first, then the jungle too low, then the mangrove build, then the ocean monument. What was the last one I did? Oh, then it was the cavern, I think. Yeah, then it was the cavern terrarium, and then this. Yeah, I think this is the 5th build. Right, I think that's everything. Yep. It looks a bit like a chromosome, like a Y chromosome a little bit. Oh, yes, that as well. I think I'll put some more, put some wheat in. Oh, claw machine. That one too far away. Oh, how is he doing? How's he doing? Is he improved a lot in his health? Is he almost back to normal? Oh, oh, good. Oh, good. Right, I'm going to barrier out 1. And then from that, I'm going to do it. I need to stop with those now. Right, okay. What did I just do? Yeah, anti-babyfying him in August. Well, that's the responsible thing to do, indeed. Oh, let's put a clock on. Yeah, let's put a clock on the wall of the houses. Oh, should we have a clock here? No. I might have already put one in here. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Barrier time. Oh, it's just thumbnail. Yeah, so the villagers, the foxes, don't walk off the edge. Yeah. I'm not putting any on the spawn island because I think living people should know enough not to walk off the edge. Plus, if they do, they'll just respawn at the top anyway. So, but villagers obviously are a bit not as smart. Oh, I remembered about the boat thing where you can drop off anything in a boat and you survive, but it doesn't work on beds apparently. Well, that's also pretty. Yeah. That. Yeah. I've got a few thumbnails there. Right, I'm just quickly going to save it and back it up, and then I'm going to barrier it. I want to see how much memory barriering it takes up. Oh, you used to come up and tell me how big it was. Now I'm going to have to look at it. Okay. Oh my, I haven't had breakfast yet and it's 10 to 2 in the afternoon. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. But my stomach stopped making noises, so I think I can kind of ignore it for a bit now, maybe. I should probably light it up a bit more. Let's use some torches. No, because then you end up with stuff on your keyboard. Oh, cool stuff. Oh. No. It's gross. Blech. Oh, controller, of course. Controller. Where's the light gone? 7 skies are icy. Yeah. I think he lost his accounts. I think he forgot passwords and stuff. I just thought I hit a llama and there's a llama. It's not a safe place for you to be, mate. Oh, that looks nicer. Can you put it on top of a fence post as well? You can, can't you? Of course. There we go. Oh, what version are you on at the minute? Oh, good. Yeah, me too. Yeah? Zero block. Zero. Oh wow, there is so much coffee. I think you're right. This was so dark. I can't leave my Minecraft. Let's do both of them. I don't want to put too many torches. Why can I not fly? There we go. Oh, that looks better. That's better. Yeah. I think I've probably got my world set to maximum brightness in the settings so I don't notice when it's really dark. What about here? Oh, we're okay. One block here. Oh my god, all the creep. This is a disaster waiting to happen. It blows up and the lava goes everywhere. Whew. What about I put one there? It might be nice to keep a dark spot if people want to stare at the stars for a bit. Maybe? No, it's not. Oh, you little shit! I mean, nasty person. What's apparator? The mobs have pretty much already destroyed this field. Did I get that? Yay! I think the llamas are dead. Ah! Oh. Yeah. I think I'm going to need to go away and let the mobs despawn. Alright, I'll tell you more. Escape. Options. Difficulty. Peaceful. There we go. Right, let's turn it back on and see what happens now it's all lit up. There we go. The problem is when I use what? WASD? Oh, I see. I was thinking, what? I see what you mean. So when you're using it for gaming. Oh. No, I guess not. No, what's the point? Oh, I've got a fire there. And a fire there. I think we should be okay here. Right. Barriers. Right, the villagers can't get out the gate. And I don't think they go past sweetberry bushes, do they? Right, let's just do what we said we were going to do first, and then we'll fix everything else. This is going to look very weird. We're going to see foxes standing in midair, I think. Yeah, there is that, but I always want more stuff than I can gather safely. So, yeah. Luckily with creative I don't have to worry about that. Right, let's see how that works. Okay. But it's better than not being able to go somewhere. Yeah, that's better. Two, three. Four. Yeah, well, that's kind of cool anyway. We're good, we're good, we're good. Yep. because I'm muted, I've been having this whole conversation all on my own. I'm muted because I had to cough, and then I forgot to unmute. Thank you. Right. I'm terrified of knocking bits of the house down now. Right. Oh, did I mute before you? Oh, I see. Sometimes, you know what, when the Enderman move blocks, if I was going to do it just 3 tall, because that's like high enough, but if an Enderman puts a block down and a villager jumps on it, I know they sometimes can jump 1.5 blocks or something. I just didn't want there to be any risk of them being able to climb over the top. But I've never seen anywhere where an Enderman's put 2 blocks on top of each other. So I think 4 should be enough, just to be absolutely safe. Just in case. Thank you. I am very hungry. I don't really want to stop though. Oh? Gosh, she must be... Oh, is she starting high school now? Wow. When does she start? Does she go back next week as well? Or Thursday? Not this Thursday, surely. That would be horrible. I only did those 3 high. They should be safe if they drop there. Yeah, they'll be okay if they drop there. For... So here's the thing, Danish school system. Oh, thank you. So maybe? Two, three, 4. Does she get to go with friends that she knew from her other school? Or is it actually just the same school, you just get older? You just get older there. She's gonna do Udskolingen now. Is there an age range for that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, wrong one. Is that gonna go? Yeah. No, at her school she's gonna go to another school. Oh, I see. We've got declining birth rate in the UK. We're not in negative, negative birth rate, but it does mean that we need less schools now, or there's less places needed, which is a good thing for the planet, but a bad thing for teachers. So, because it's like the pyramid scheme of trainee teachers is now going to start to collapse. Although, to be honest, we don't have enough teachers anyway. Yeah. It's not a bad thing at all, it's really good. Two, three. Excuse me. As a god. Just okay. I'm glad that doesn't work in the real world. Using a children's spawn egg. Oh my god. Well, it would make things easier. Oh, I've put it in the wrong place, look. There we go. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. It's kind of horrifying. I couldn't sleep last night. I had a really strange dream. It's kind of a bit of a horror dream. I don't like horror stuff, by the way. Would you like to hear it? Feel free to say no. Because it might not be as interesting to somebody else, maybe. But it was such a vivid dream. Yeah, okay. So I was trying to think if I'd watched anything similar to this, and that's why I had such a strange dream. But I haven't watched anything like that because I don't like horror. So in the dream, it's kind of a little bit messed up because it always is in dreams. So for some reason, I'd had to go around to my neighbour's house. Now, he was a man. I'd never spoken to him before, but I thought he was really good looking. And I think what might have happened is something like I'd been locked out of my house, something like that. That's kind of the feel I got. So I'd been locked out of my house. My parents were with me. My mum and my dad was with me. And we went and knocked on his house because it was night and it was cold and it was raining. And we asked if we could call a locksmith and could we stay with him. And he was he didn't really want, you could tell that he didn't really want to because he didn't know us, which is what I was thinking at the time. He doesn't know us. You don't want strangers in your house, even though we've seen each other and said, like, waved and smiled and stuff over the years. I totally understand. But he kind of said, yeah, sure, fine, come in. But I've got to go out. So, I can't stay. I really have to go out. So he left me, my mum and my dad in his house. And I got into an argument with my parents, stupid argument, can't remember what over. And they both left because they'd come to visit me, so they had their car. So they both left, and I was left in his house on my own. And I was just biding time until the locksmith got here. And then my mum rang me, and she said, look, I'm going to come back. We need to talk this through. So my mum came back with her friend Tracy, friend in real life. And they were kind of in the house, and we were laughing and joking. We kind of like everything was forgotten. And then he came back, and he seemed very nervous. And I thought it was a little bit off, because I made a joke. I said something along the lines of, "Oh, you don't need to worry. We've not been through any of your stuff. We've only tried your clothes on once." And his face went really strange. And I thought, well, you know what? It's not a very funny joke. It's not funny. It's a bit daft. But then he kind of said, oh, well, that's fine. And then he said to my mum, why don't you come upstairs? I've got something I want to show you that you might find useful. So it was me and Tracy left downstairs while he took my mum upstairs. And I thought, well, the locksmith's going to be here. I'll do a little last minute tidying of his place just because, you know, he'd been so nice. And in letting us stay there. So I kind of he had this pillow in his living room. And I thought, well, I know his other bedroom's just through there. I'll just drop his pillow into his other bedroom. So I take the pillow and I go into his bedroom. And as I put it on his bed, the bed moves. It's on rollers. And it rolls back. And underneath the bed are two knees. And naked. It's like, they're obviously man's legs. They're naked. The carpet around them is kind of stained brownish green. But I couldn't smell anything. But I was kind of like, I was in shock. So I quickly pulled the bed back into place. And I took the pillow back with me and I put it back where I got it from in the living room. And I didn't say anything to Tracy. But I was just kind of like shaking and thinking, oh my God, he's got a dead body in the house. What do I do? What do I do? And at that point, I woke myself up. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what would I have done if that was a real situation? What would you do? Because I was like, do I just like scream and run? But then he's upstairs with my mum. And then I'm thinking, has he already killed my mum? Thinking, you know what, I can't risk it. I need to get rid of all the people who might have seen it. So has he taken my mum upstairs and has he killed her? Do I just leave the house pretending everything's fine? I really didn't know what I would do in that situation. So what would you have done? Because that's where I woke up. So I don't know what had happened. What would you have done? It was not a pleasant dream. I didn't want to go back to sleep in case the dream carried on. But I was trying to think to myself this morning. I was like, in that situation, what would I have done? I'm like, do I just kind of shout up the stairs, oh, the locksmith's here, I'm just going to go and let him in. Or I'm just going to go and see, so he knows it's the right house, obviously not let him in. And then just like leave the house and then call the police outside. And leave Tracy there so that it doesn't look suspicious. I definitely wouldn't have gone upstairs to find my mum, because what if he has killed her? And then I'd be next. And then do I just pretend that I haven't seen anything? Do I just kind of go about my life and pretend I haven't seen anything? But then does he find out later that I've been in his room and he knows that I know, and then I have to be in fear of my life because he's going to kill me? I'm like, God, what do you do? I would have told Tracy call the police and stay where I am, acting as if I saw nothing until the police arrive, as if he saw I left. He would get suspicious and go after me. See, that's why I was thinking of saying something like, I think that's the locksmith's van, I'm going to go and see him. And then it's not suspicious. So you would have told Tracy to phone the police and then I stay there as well? But then what if he hears us talking about the police and he comes down with like a hammer or a knife or a gun? Because the police in the UK, you know, you're not getting through for 3 or 4 minutes, even on 999 at night, you know. So I would want to call out of the house. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I mean, it didn't even happen, but I'm panicking about it now. So for future reference, how do I deal with this situation? Really? But he's upstairs. He might be listening. He might have killed my mum and be stood at the top of the stairs listening, thinking about what to do next. And then I don't know how Tracy's going to react. If I say there's a dead body in the bathroom, is she going to laugh at me, thinking I'm joking? Is she going to scream or say it out loud and then we're in trouble? What's she going to do? How do I manage her behaviour so that I survive? Yeah, so far I'm not. You're not helping me. Come on. We need to survive, Coffee. Come on. But I also don't want to ignore him. I don't want to ignore it and let him get away with it. I don't know what to do. I really don't know. It's not even real. But I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Yeah, we can't fall off. Tell him to calm down. Don't freak out. Yes, that would work. Then I say, now you stay here, I'm going to run, and you slow him down if he comes after me. Woo! Yeah, that's the edge. Oh my God. Yeah, so I don't often have dreams like that. I don't often have horror dreams at all anyway. I sleep very well, you know. peaceful dreams of a nice person. But when I do dream things like that, it really creeps me out because it's so detailed and so real. If you give a calm look, you'll be fine. You do, really? I wonder if it's because you're like still a teenager. I wonder if it's that kind of hormonal dream thing, maybe. I used to have some very weird dreams when I was a teenager, like hormones and stuff. Also, as a kid, you had them. Oh gosh, I remember one dream I had, which is where I would be in my bedroom, asleep, and a little girl would come in, and she looked a lot like me. In fact, I would say it was me from pictures when I was littler, and she would spin me around the room. It was really horrible. She would like literally pick me up and just spin me around the room. And I had that dream several times. It was very disorientating. You know, like when you spin on a chair. It's like that. Obviously, you don't have to share your dreams if you don't want to. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Have I done it tall enough, though? In case of sudden enderman. No, these are only 3 high. Okay, where I was at the graveyard. Oh, did anything happen? Or was it just the scariness of being there? Oh. Right, that should protect us from sudden enderman, I think. So much nicer than having to fence or wall everything. Oh my god, okay, that's horrible. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, it seems to be mostly about dead people, doesn't it? Because I'm pretty sure the girl in my dream was a ghost girl. But when I look back at pictures of myself when I was little, it's definitely that. So I think I was kind of like I'd seen photos of myself and that's what I was projecting, you think? I'm pretty sure I had stuff there. Yeah. Oh my god. It's that kind of anxiety dream where you don't know if you can get away. That's the worst. Oh my god. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's smart. I'm going to spawn the foxes first. I love foxes. Right, let's play with that, see what that's like. Oh my god. So everyone else slept? Police were at a house because he was thought to go to our location next. Ah. Yeah, this is also really detailed. We should definitely write. We should be writers. We'll ask Cthulhu for some pointers. And it says smiles and waves. That gives you time to scream. Three, four. Oh, I've had that feeling before. Oh gosh, yeah. Unpleasant. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's really graphic. Oh, Graham. Yeah, that's not good. It's all about like a lack of control and not being able to do anything. What did you do in that situation? I have no clue. I suppose just try and stay alive, but what do you do? What do you do? Do you humour him? Do you pretend you don't care? I don't want the foxes getting caught up on these actually, so let's barrier this out. Doesn't matter so much if they drop here actually. Yeah, we can get rid of these. Yeah. I mean, he was clearly trying to frame me. Oh. Yeah, I thought it was a sick humour thing. That's what I was looking at. Some of, I mean, obviously they're deranged. So, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, it wasn't, yeah, not that it's kid-friendly, but it obviously wasn't kid-friendly, but it was a bit dark. But I did start it, so not your fault. It was just such a strange dream, and I don't, as I said, I don't often get dreams like that. It was not pleasant. Right. Yeah, let's go from this side and then meet around. How far did I get on the other side? Shall we continue here? see. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I would quickly lose those kinds of friends. I'm sorry, but I'm selfish like that. I'm definitely a fair weather friend. Yep. Oh, good. I would only pick up the phone at times like that if it was family, like immediate family, because I would think if it's serious, anybody else can call family. So like if my sister called or mum or dad called, I'd answer. But friends, no. You have been warned. I'm not picking your drunk ass up at 3 AM in the morning because you're too scared to call your dad or mum. Actions have consequences, young lady. And well, there is that. You know, there's the small manner of being how many thousands of miles away from each other? A lot, indeed. Oh god, I am so hungry. My throat thinks it's been cut. Oh. Oh. But I only have this bit to do, and then I can spawn foxes. I think I'm gonna have to go and get something to eat. I see. I think, did a spider just die? Oh, that's what I was checking on. Sorry, that was a bit dramatic there. To see if mobs spawned. I think it dropped onto the thingy. What, free string? How are we doing for mobs? Coffee, you were right. You're right, it's because it was so dark. Look, we have no mobs. Oh, the world is saved. I get that, I get that. Oh, gosh. So this is why friends don't let friends build alone. Right, I'm going to drop myself where I was burying before so that I don't lose my place. There we go. Right, I'm going to sign off, people, because I'm starving. I might be back later, but no promises. Oh, big stretch. Coffee, have a lovely day if I don't see the rest of you. If I don't speak to you again. Okay, thank you. And I'll catch you next time. Bye. Bye.